Hello everyone, Cesar here with more Final Fantasy XIV. Or by more, I mean, well, I guess technically more counts because I did do one stream of FF14 before with the FF11 crossover event. So, we're going to be starting here with Miro Prentice. We are going to be logging in, as are my other characters, not that they're interesting or anything. But yeah, we're going to get started here with this particular character. Let me just notify someone. There we go. And here we go. Sound might be a little loud to start with. I apologize for that. I haven't logged into this character yet, so I haven't optimized it. But once it's the opening thing's over, I'll make sure I do that.
Here. Here. Feel. Hear, feel, think.
Hey! Hey you! You alright, lass? You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the aether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though. Don't worry. You there! Halt! What's all this about? Inspection! Men, search the carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, friend, so don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Sir, look! Somnus. Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Business as usual. Ah! Amolja! Amolja! To arms! To arms! Seven hells. Consider this a warning. Now go! All of you! That guy slashed the crap out of the back. That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lass. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Yeah. Brent's the name, and peddling's me trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. I knew it! Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory, now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? To gain power. I have no idea which one. Miro's doesn't really care in glory, fortune, or power, but whatever. We'll just say power. Why not? Power? As in power to do good? Like protecting the weak and fighting for what's right and all that? I thought that's what you meant. Well, adventurers do get up to a lot of fighting, that's for sure. You'll never be short on a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventuring business. When you arrive in town, you best enroll in the Adventurers Guild. They'll set you on the right path. And it wouldn't hurt to join a guild neither. Ulda's home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to fight with a sword, your fists, or even spells, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, that's a fact. By the way, is this your first trip to Ulda? Yeah, sure ain't. It is? Well then let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Ulda is ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folks know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she commands the loyalty of the Royalists, and the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing their weight of their wealth against each other, and they showed no sign of stopping. Of course, the Lizardmen, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Uldan politics. They have their own interests, see? And they ain't afraid to use force to solve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers, need breed and profit, and though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last. Behold, Ulda, jewel of Thanalan, where folk turn sand into gold. That's somewhat true. I mean, alchemists are here.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ulda. Even with the coming of the 7th Umbral Era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I could brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Oi! Adventure! Over here! Wrong button. Aye, I mean you! Fresh off the carriage by any chance? Hey, how can I tell, huh? Name's Wyman, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I were to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge even. Just this once, like. Lady. Alright, so that's going to teach me how to play. Welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. Mouse and keyboard, thank you very much. Blah, blah, I don't care about this. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. When you are ready to proceed, speak to Wyman. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure my sound is where I want it to be. Oh, it saved it all from my last character. Excellent. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is adjust my UI so it is how I would like having it set up. Hotbar 4. It's a little out of alignment, but whatever, I don't really care that much. Don't need any of the others. Now most of those I won't use right away, so they're just kind of there. Where the hell's my HP bar? Oh, it's at the bottom, but we'll move our target bar down here as well. And our status effects will be right there. And I kind of want those to be bigger. Might have to move them again a little bit, but there we go. So, I don't know what this is. It's not staying on my bar. I don't really want you on my bar either. I don't want you on my bar, and you can be right there. Alright, so all I have here is I am a Sprout. I received a company invite to my FC. We'll say aloud to everyone. Now, I have a Sprout. This means that I'm a new player. Just talking to my FC briefly. So, I have 20 mails to go through eventually, so we'll get to those soon. Let's talk to Wyman. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Ul'dah, you must register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. It's plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off now to the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything, you'll want to head over to the quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's a master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps out yonder and pass through those doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck, adventure and adventure. You have begun a quest. Use the duty list to help complete your task. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna get some help here in just a moment with a voice. I'm gonna invite in somebody that wants to voice some characters for us. So give me just a moment here. You might hear a Skype sound, but that's okay. I've tried muting all the sounds. It's going to tell me every time an active help thing pops up. Okay. Alright. So, I have Silly and Piamet on the line here. Say hello, Silly and Piamet.
Hello, Silly and Piamet.
Hello. Alright, so, Piamet, you wanted to voice characters, well, I'm going to let you voice Momodi.
Okay.
So, give me a sec here and I will make that possible for you. Alright, do you see this?
A moment. Yes. I see it now.
Okay. I'm going to talk to Momodi, and here we go.
Okay. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ulta, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you, that is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the militia, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. The people drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the lesser moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an eighth hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that. But the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody and infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten. And so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand too. Hey Road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register. Neat as you can. Mere Apprentice. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Miss Prentice. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially...
Please, sir, be merciful! 12 is my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a 4th chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy!
Well, ain't that a sorry sight, nor an uncommon one if I'm honest. Don't worry though, if you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing a lady muse on the many manhoods of her acquaintance from time to time. Any road, welcome to Ul'dah, Miro! Take a moment to catch your breath and I'll teach you a little about our fair city.
Quest complete. Indeed. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken the first step as an adventurer in the city of Ul'dah. Listen well to the wisdom of Momodi Modi, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Alright, so, these symbols here are our main story quests. They look kind of like a meteor, I guess. That's what I always thought they were supposed to be, anyway. You got the smith over there. I'm looking around for it. I don't see it yet. One day you will see it. Anyway. Momodi, the proprietress of the Quickstand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring.
Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Etherite Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called a netherite. If it weren't for Etherites traveling around on yours, that would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so make sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Etherite before, Miro? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Pugilist Guild over at the Platinum Mirage. Assuming those weapons of yours ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ulda as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure as you don't pay more than you ought, Miro. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Sessaroka and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short then, visit the Etherite Plaza, the Pugilist Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there's more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you've finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down on your small clothes without a gil to your name.
Mira, the silent hero. Alright, let's talk to the smith. Greetings, I am one of the smiths, a stoker of fires and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have but recently taken up the adventurer's mantle. The possibility stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, you see we new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the smith also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You can recognize these helpful men and women by their title of mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you on any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belts and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even accompany you on your adventures. I highly recommend that you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Eorzea. Pray, do not hesitate to ask me if you would like to know more. The new adventurer status is applied to all players who have less than 40 hours of gameplay since they first entered Eorzea. Among Eorzea's thriving population, there are some seasoned players known as mentors who have taken upon themselves to assist these new adventurers. When a new adventurer and a mentor form a party, they both receive a bonus to experience points earned. Upon an invitation by a mentor, new adventurers also gain access to Novice Network, an exclusive chat channel where they can consult with mentors and share their experience with other beginner players. Alright. And now we have two of our FC members here. We got Juba Dingles, the Lalafell hiding behind Silly La Sombra, who gives me a fledgling dodo. The perfect way to start. The first item I receive is a dodo. Alright. So for that, let's move this out of the way. Hello, CJ. Good to see you. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I want this minion guide. Dodos mature extremely fast, going from fledgling to full-grown fryer in but a few short moons. This, coupled with the fact that an adult female can lay up to 7 eggs in a senate, makes this particular clodkin the perfect option for feeding the hungry masses. Rude, but... There's a Dodo. It is now following me. Mentors were added with the last patch, that is correct. So Miro's going to leave Juba and Silly here. I need to go and do the opening quests, but let's move this along. First thing we're going to do is we're going to attune to some of these Aetherites along the way. So Aetherite shards, or Aethernet shards, are kind of like the Aetherites that Momodi was talking about. But the Aetherites are a lot bigger. Oh, okay. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved by simply placing your hand upon Aetherite shards. Basically, the little shards there just let you teleport around the city, versus the giant Aetherites, which will let you teleport around the planet. Or Eorzea at the very least. Alright. My map is too small. Let's make that bigger. This is Ul'dah. There's a quest right there from Wyman. We're not going to pick up any of these quests yet until I complete this one. Alright. But first thing I'm going to do is listen to the little pitter-patter of the Dodo's feet upon the ground. Alright. Greetings, tall one! I must deliver Moogle Kupo! Oh, I know what you're thinking. Moogles are supposed to hide in trees and avoid contact with outsiders. Why ever would they agree to carry about letters? Why indeed? If I had my way, I'd be curled up under a canopy of a nice oak, dreaming about some beautiful Mooglet with rainbow-colored pom-pom, Kupo. But no! The moon had to go and drop from the sky, causing all that terrible commotion. Aetherites were shattered, and link pearls rendered useless. For moons, the poor, wingless people of Eorzea had no way of communicating with each other, beyond screaming at the top of their lungs, which no one really approved of, Kupo. That is until the little horned ones asked us to assist them by delivering messages. At first we were wary of showing ourselves, worried that one of you might catch us and skin us, like you do every other forest fairy. But once we saw how much we were appreciated, we knew we had found our new calling. And I personally promised to try and not read any along the way, Kupo. Look what we have here, 20 new letters just arrived for you, Kupo. Your mailbox is a complete and utter mess. There wasn't any room left, so I had to send a letter back, Kupo. Oh, hell, that sucks. Alright, so I get this. Thank you for playing FF14. Enclosed is a black chocobo minion, or chocobo chick minion, and a Cascadier uniform voucher. May they light an eternal flame in your heart. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy XIV. Enclosed is a BDI minion, a vital resonator for summoning an Ironmon mount. They may offer insight into a world beyond our own. I can't use the mount yet until later, but damn you, Mini Mira! Thank you for playing Final Fantasy XIV. Enclosed is a set of Black Mage Barding and a Minion of Light. May they blaze the way to a brighter future. Enclosed is a Behemoth Warhorn for summoning a Behemoth mount and a Wind-Up Leader minion. May they take you boldly forward in all your pursuits. Let's see. Enclosed is a Wind-Up Odin minion and complimentary Aetherite tickets. May they cut your new pass and send you to familiar surrounds respectively. Also enclosed is a Wind-Up Warrior of Light minion and a set of Barding of Light. Wherever you go, so too will light follow. Enclosed is a Wind-Up Goblin minion and a Goblin cap. Keep them handy when trading lip flaps on important busy deals. Indeed. Enclosed is a Wind-Up Gilgamesh minion and a copy of Inquire Within, an oil painting of the realm-renowned agent of Inquiry Hildebrand and his faithful assistant Nasho Makaraka. May they bring you laughter and joy. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy XIV. Enclosed is a Wind-Up Nanamo minion and a fat chocobo head. May they ever take your perspective when all the world seems against you. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy 14, you have retained your subscription for a total of 720 days. Enclosed is a 4-piece set of adventure attire. May it never mind. Enclosed is a friendship circlet and an 8th ray pendulum. May they help you speed on the path to greatness. Enclosed is a drought chocobo mount. May he carry you and your friend to unseen adventures. Enclosed is a Baron circlet, a pair of Baron earrings, and a chocobo chick courier minion. May these take you back to a time when 4 was 2 and 2 was 4. Wintrigue, the way, never mind, is just a reference to the fact that they keep saying that, and by the time this came out, they're like, oh, never mind. Enclosed is a Baron helm, a Griffin flying mount, a wind-up cane minion, and a phial of Fantasia. May they take you back to a time when 4 was 2 and 2 was 4. Enclosed are 5 chocobo gold feathers. Okay. On to those. Chocobo feathers. I'm pretty sure that's all that's left here is chocobo feathers. Oh, ballroom etiquette. Improper greetings. An illustrated manual of vulgar greeting, custom farewell, faraway lands. Used to learn the fist bumpy mode. Huh? What? You're not gonna let me take all? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so now I have an entire inventory of items. Most of these I can't use yet or can't use till later. So we have a black chocobo chick. We're gonna use that. Yay, I can now summon a black chocobo. I have a BDI. A minion of light. I don't think I can use that yet. Yeah, no, I can't. Oh, can I? Oh, cool, I can use that. Sweet. I can't actually summon these mounts, but it lets me at least learn them. So I got a whole bunch of new pets to run around with as well. Unfortunately, I can't show off all of these mounts until later, but alright. Let's throw these in there. There we go. Okay, so that's all my items. Let's look at these pets though. Unauthorized to summon mount. This heretofore unseen breed of chocobo was said to have been discovered by chocobo hunters searching for the legendary chocobo forest. Its enormous size would help it, or would make it a fine pack chocobo, but its foul temperament prevents it from completing even the simplest of tasks without the injury of some poor rider. Little is known about the void and the creatures which call the extra-dimensional realm home. Scholars have discovered that there is a strict hierarchy amongst void sent, consisting of 12 distinct tiers. Aramans are believed to fall into the 5th, making them formidable foes when not enthralled by curses. Behemoth. Immediately following the calamity, an adventurer returning to Gridania from Falcon's Nest in Carthus claims to have happened upon a den of baby behemoths who had lost their mothers. Despite objection from friends and family alike, she kept the beasts, eventually training them to serve as mounts. Griffin. Fantastical winged beasts native to the unscalable peaks of the Abalathia spine. Griffins actually have a long history of serving as mounts. Indeed, before the city-state's fall, the Alamegan army maintained a regiment of griffin-backed soldiers who would harry opposing forces. Let's see here. And with all our new minions, you got our black chocobo chick. This poor chocobo chick was as yellow as an ear of melon corn before one day being doused in black ink by a random passerby bedecked in silver accessories, try as the chocobo keeps might, they were none able to remove the taint, and thus the realm's first black chocobo was born. Spiteful claims that this adorable black chocobo hatchling is in fact another plain yellow chocobo colored with pine tar in a feeble attempt to prey on prospective buyers have only fueled the natural-born flyer's passion to take to the skies. The beady eye, one of the most outlandish theories recently posed by scholars of the void, is that Armans do not reproduce by typical sexual means, but rather by shedding tears which eventually grow into new creatures. Wind-up Goblin, designed to resemble Goblin hero Brayflock's Altox. You cannot help but wonder at the symbol carved into the sole of its left foot, the mark of the dreaded Illuminati. Minion of Light. Ancient records show that almost every astral era has had its own warriors of light, brave souls who appeared before forthcoming disasters to unite people of that time, only to disappear once again as catastrophe rained down from the heavens. Wind-up Leader. Originally crafted to promote the grand companies of Eorzea, these clockwork dolls are often rewarded to company members that are for our exceptional service. There are 3 models of wind-up leaders, one to represent each of the 3 heads of Limsa Lominsa, Gridania, and Ulda. Wind-up Odin. Many have pondered why a dark divinity with roots in northern mythology would wield a blade with a decidedly far eastern name. A popular theory is that Odin actually acquired the blade upon slaying an Ori warrior, who was the first ever to notch his theretofore unsullied blade. The masterwork of one of Eorzea's finest goldsmiths, this wind-up automaton, designed to resemble a close acquaintance of the smith's son, was pieced together using parts left over from other projects. His only regret being that he was unable to incorporate hip gyrating function. Lovely. Wind-up Warrior of Light. The brilliant blue suit of armor worn by the Wind-up Warrior of Light is based upon ancient Allegan designs, rediscovered in recent years by adventurers returned from the Crystal Tower. Wind-up Cain. The tale of Cain, the dragoon who abandoned his duty for honor, is well known amongst Iscardian children. To maximize the height on his jumps, the craftsman of his clockwork automaton lined the main control springs with over-aspected wind crystals. And finally, Wind-up Nanamo. This clockwork doll is a reproduction of a model first crafted in the year of the Calamity to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Nanamo Ul Namo's ascendance to the Uldan throne. Ulda is where we are. 17th in her line, the Sultana was crowned when she had been but 5 summers. Lovely. Alright, let's continue on with the game. How long have I been streaming for? 43 minutes. Okay, just give me a sec here. I'm just going to reset the stream with that.